the other day I made a video on a very old book by Huxley going back to 1902. So this is actually a recent book from 2012, and it has multiple authors. It's published by Cambridge. Now here in this book, again, we see a distinction between evolution and Darwinian evolution. So it goes back to the same thing I've been saying for a very long time. These two things are distinct. Now it says, this volume explores from multiple perspectives the subtle and interesting relationship between the theory of rational choice and Darwinian evolution. In rational choice theory, agents are assumed to make choices that maximize their utility. In evolution, natural selection chooses between phenotypes according to the criterion of fitness maximization. So there is a parallel between utility in rational choice theory and fitness in Darwinian theory. This conceptual link between fitness and utility is mirrored by the interesting parallels between formal modes of evolution and rational choice. The essays in this volume by leading philosophers, economists, biologists, and psychologists explore the connection between evolution and rational choice in a number of different contexts, including choice under uncertainty, strategic decision making, and pro-social behavior. This will be of interest to students and researchers in philosophy of science, evolutionary biology, economics, and psychology. But right there at the beginning, there is a distinction between evolution and Darwinian evolution. Now, the question is, why would the title be Evolution and Rationality? Well, the reason is that the dominating theory in biological sciences at the moment is Darwinian evolution. That's why these terms are used synonymously. But like I've mentioned, and I've mentioned many times before, these two terms are distinct and they shouldn't be conflated. The evidence for one is not the evidence for the other, and that goes back to something that Aaron Ra did in the debate and Farina did and others have done when I've debated them. They've committed the fallacy of equivocation by giving evidence for evolution as if it's evidence for Darwinian evolution. So I hope by referring to a book going back 123 years and this book, which is quite recent, again, the distinction can be made clear. I think the distinction is clear, but the proponents of Darwinism, they simply don't want to accept that these things are there because they have to do a lot more hard work in order to justify their positions.